Are You a Nut by the Zeros from Zero In, and Sammy Serious is on the phone here. The Zeros history, actually, I said I saw you guys in '91, but the Zeros actually go back much, much further than that. When I'm looking at the picture sleeve 7-inch now from the double O Zeros called Be a Zero with 5 tracks on it, and that's dated 1985. But actually, the songs are copyrighted back to '81. What were the origins of the Zeros, and is double O Zeros the original name of the band?
Well, the Double O Zeros was the original name of the band.
Okay.
And when we were in New Jersey, because that's where we're from,
right,
we wrote a theme song for Howard Stern, and we were on that train where we were doing shows in New York and the tri-state area, and then B0 was kind of like in with that whole thing where we went to England in London, and we did a tour there on that record, and it was a lot of fun, and we just.
How did you end up going? How did you end up going to England from New Jersey? You got to England. Was there a promoter that called you up and asked you over? Did you guys just pick up and go?
We were signed. We had a record company called Mountain Records. If you look on that record,
right.
There was a record company out in New Jersey called Mountain Records, and it was owned by a guy named Stuart Brodian.
Okay.
And he saw us and liked us, and he wanted to put out a record, and we put it out. And we went to London on a tour and wound up staying there for a while, because they liked us so much.
Okay.
And then came back, played shows in the tri-state area again, and then went to Los Angeles.
Okay.
So from 85, from like 84 to 85, we were in that whole thing of Be a Zero, right, with that record.
Okay. And what I'm curious, whenever I hear the Zeros, I know you've been compared a lot to the Ramones and maybe that sort of post-punk movement, but I've always associated the band with Cheap Trick and more sort of that fun rock and roll thing more than any kind of post-punk sound. What were some of the influences for the Zeros? And of you as a kid, who did you listen to, and who did you get your inspiration from?
Well, we were, being compared to the Ramones is nothing but a compliment.
Sure.
First, and Cheap Trick, and we were influenced by, we were like kind of influenced on the whole shock rock kind of thing, kind of Alice Cooper, David Bowie,
T-Rex, or
Beatles, Stones, Zeppelin, with kind of like the classic kind of thing mixed like the shock rock and the punk kind of thing.
Okay.
So we really weren't like one of the bands that were just like endeared on one sound. So a lot of our tunes were like I would say it was like whatever the tune called for is what it was.
Okay.
So some songs were like punk, some songs were like ballads and stuff like that. But when you listen to Ramones album, everything's like one. It's one thing of kind of a certain sound, and we were kind of influenced by just like different. For any range from like Pink Floyd to Alice Cooper to the Sex Pistols. Right.
Okay.
So it was like kind of like that. So we really didn't know which way we were going.
Okay.
Ourselves, So whatever we felt like doing, we did.
Right. Well, it took a great direction. Was that 7-inch single in '85? Was that the first vinyl or the first like official recording that you guys released?
No.
Oh.
No. We did a single that was on Fred's Records before that. And it was called Fred's Records, and they were out of New Jersey, down South Jersey.
Okay.
It was called Fred's Label, and we had Pretty Women on there along with another girl. And that was our first 45 that we did.
And that came out as the Double O Zeros.
That came out as ZEROS, yeah.
I'm gonna have to find that. I've never seen that before. Maybe I'll come across that somewhere here.
You'll find it somewhere.
Okay, all right. I've got to check that out. And also going back.
But
oh, go ahead.
That was our first record.
Okay, and when so the band plays in the Northeast area and then goes out to England, and when you're in England, you come back here, you play some more shows, and did you ever tour the East Coast, or did you just pretty much stay in the New York, New Jersey area at that point?
Well, well, I wouldn't call it a tour, but we did do, we did stuff like Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, and we went like maybe down like South Jersey and stuff like that. But we never really did we never went past like into the Detroit or Ohio or something like that.
Okay.
When we went to Los Angeles, and then after cut 4-3-2-1, then we started going into the East Coast kind of thing. Actually, the United States.
Right.
So we did a lot of different cities and different things like that.
Okay.
Then, but yeah.
Sure. Well, let's play something from that first 7-inch single. This is going to come right off the vinyl here, right off my vinyl copy. How about Be a Zero, the very first song on there, which starts off with a fun introduction from the band and then goes into the tune.
Oh yeah, we did that intro.
Yeah. Oh, cool. So from 1985, off of the second 000s, the Zeros single, Be a Zero. This is Be a Zero.
This is Sammy Serious from the 000.
Yeah! Hey, this is Joe Normal from the 000.
I'm Mace, but you can call me
And I'm Mr. Insane, and I'm gonna have to waste you!
And we just made the CP just for you. And for those of you who don't like it, the decanter got something to tell you. You better love it. So listen to the 000.
That's
and
right.
If you don't like it, jump out a third floor window.
Yeah.
Go on with the show.
Yeah! Let's walk this record.
Can you see us on a magazine with rock down hair to fit the fashion scene? Wanna big something notice me, stick some cash, put me on TV. Double, 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 oh, do you wanna be a zero? Double, 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 oh, when a 000. I wanna be with all the millionaires, I might luck out if I was sitting there. All you girls can really envy me, you wanna be just like me. Double, 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 oh, do you wanna be a zero? Double, 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 oh, we're the 000. And I'm metropolitan, to the Gulf of Mexico, to the West in LA, control the whole USA. And the metropolitan, to the Gulf of Mexico, to the West in LA, control the whole USA.
And that was Be a Zero from 1985 from, well, the original Zeros, 000s. So when, I'm wondering, you've gone to England with the Zeros, you come back to New Jersey. What was the decision, or how did the decision come about to say we're picking up and we're moving to Hollywood?
Well, when we came back to New York, there was a lot of dance stuff going. A lot of dance clubs. There was Dance Interior. There was a lot of stuff where it was like more like on the dance kind of situation instead of like instead of like listening and listening to songs and stuff like that. People were more into dancing and there was a lot of dance clubs and stuff like that. So we kind of like wanted to see what it was like out in Los Angeles because there was we heard that there was a great scene going on over there.